Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Obi Smurf. Japan is a beautiful country with an interesting culture. It's why so many people want to visit and have it as a dream travel location. If you want to visit Japan or stay for an extended period of time, then this video is for you. No matter where you want to visit in the world, you should try your best always to learn the customs and the culture of the place you want to visit. A lot of the time that heavily involves having to learn at least a little bit of the language. I'm going to do my best to provide you with the language tools I think you need to best enjoy your time in Japan. From the bare minimum that I think you should learn, to the more useful and general language tools. I don't claim to be a Japanese language expert. Every day I get a little bit better, but after 2 months in this country, this is my guide to what I believe to be the best and most useful language tools that you can have to best enjoy your time in Japan for you and for the people around you. Also, if you're watching this and you're planning on visiting me, you better grab your notebook and your pen because I will be testing you on your arrival. I'm looking at you, little Tyler. So I have my laptop here and I've actually developed a bit of a script to make this video go a little bit more smoothly. So no matter where you go in the world, I think the top 5 most important phrases or words you should learn are hello, goodbye, thank you, excuse me, and please. So starting from the top, we have hello, which is konnichiwa. Everybody should know this one already. Goodbye, which is sayonara. Thank you, which is arigato. Arigato. Not, as my dad says it, arigato. Arigato. At number 4, excuse me, which is sumimasen. Sumimasen. You'll find you'll need this word quite a lot in Japan, especially on the trains. And then lastly, we have number 5, which is please. Onigaishimasu. Onigaishimasu. It's a little bit harder than the other words on this little list here, but you can break it down to onigaishimasu. Onegaishimasu. Onegaishimasu. So you've probably at least heard of one of these words, especially if you enjoy Japanese media like anime. You would have heard these before. If you're only visiting for like a week, then this should be fine to get by, if you're not interested in learning a language properly. I don't know why you've clicked on this video, but this will get you that far. Like I said, I think this is what you should learn for anywhere you go in the world. But we can do a little bit better than this. We're going to go over these 5 again, but in a more general and casual form. So starting off, we have hello, which is konnichiwa. Konnichiwa can seem a bit wooden, and it's quite an easy one. I'll introduce to you ohayo, which is a word you can say in the morning, which basically means good morning. Ohayo. The way I remember it is like, oh, hi, y'all, Oh, hi. So ohayo. And then if it's the evening, so like 5 o'clock or past 5 p.m, you can say konbanwa. Konbanwa, which basically means good evening. This makes your approach to a conversation a little bit more exciting. Then we have goodbye, sayonara. Sayonara can seem a little bit harsh and wooden as well, as sayonara typically means like farewell or like goodbye. I don't have intentions of seeing you again. So if it's a shop or like an izakaya that you plan on returning to, or you're saying goodbye to a friend, you can say mata, which basically means see you later. Mata. So we have thank you as number 3, which is arigato. Arigato is probably the best. You can make it a bit more polite, saying arigato gozaimasu, but I recommend sticking to arigato. Arigato. There is a more casual way of saying it, which is domo. Arigato is the basic, and I'd stick to that generally. And then number 4, we've got excuse me, which is sumimasen. I'd stick to sumimasen, basically, same as arigato. It's nice, it's standard, you don't have to flavor it too much. I do have a friend, Johannes, he's been in a few videos of me, who likes to add a little flair to it by extending the end to sumimasen. He thinks it gets him off trains quicker, but you can flavour that however you like. And then number 5 is onigaishimasu. Onigaishimasu or onigai is pretty good. Like, I'll use it most of the time when I'm asking for something. But there is another way of saying please, which is useful to know, which is kudasai. So kudasai generally translates to like a request, like can I have something? So if I said noto kudasai, can I have the note? You know, so notebook, that is. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, omedetou. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Now we're going to go on to something a little bit more juicy. Let's go over some words and phrases I think are essential to survival in Japan. One of my favorite Japanese words, and a word that I find to be the most useful for daily talk and the most versatile, is daijoubu. Daijoubu. Daijoubu basically means all right, okay, no worries. If you watch anime, you've probably heard this word before. It's so easy, very versatile. I love it. It's a beautiful word. Let's say your friend's looking a little bit sad. You can say to them, daijoubu ka? And then in response, if they are feeling okay, they'll say, daijoubu. You just had a full sentence, like a full conversation with somebody, just using basically the same word. Daijoubu ka? Daijoubu. Now let's cover another scenario real quick. You go to your local konbini to buy a drink and a pack of Pokemon cards, and the clerk asks you, "Fukuro wa irimasu ka?" And you don't quite understand them, so all you do is reply, "Daijoubu, daijoubu desu." So we should probably cover konbini talk real quick, actually. So fukuro means plastic bag. When people first come to Japan, it's one that stumps them quite quickly. It took me a while to figure it out. So the example I used just now was fukuro wa irimasu ka, or fukuro wa irimasu ka, which means do you want a plastic bag, or do you need a plastic bag? They may change this up a little bit, but just listen out for the fukuro word, and that means plastic bag. If you want the bag or the fukuro, you say hai onegaishimasu, means yes please. And if you don't need the bag, as you guessed it, you say yeah daijoubu desu, daijoubu. And yeah, that means no, I don't need a bag, I'm okay. So to extend this scenario on further, to express how useful the word daijoubu is, daijoubu, we can ask, is card okay? So you'd say, card wa daijoubu ka? Card wa daijoubu ka? That basically means card is the Japanese pronunciation for card, card. And then we have daijoubu, which is okay, is it all right? And then ka at the end of a sentence basically turns that into a question. So card daijoubu ka? Is card okay? And then the clerk can respond, daijoubu desu. So card is fine, or it's all right. Card or daijoubu, card is okay. If you're still with me and you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you, or arigatou gozaimasu. And I'd like to tell you to give yourself another omedetou, another congratulations. After asking my Japanese friend what she thinks is the most important words for a beginner to learn Japanese, she recommended the word itadakimasu. So itadakimasu is something you say before you start to eat. It's a word which extends an appreciation to the whole journey that the meal has taken to get to right in front of you on the plate. From the farming process, from the purchasing process, from the cooking to the presentation, this whole thing here, it's a beautiful word and I can't lie. Now, on the other end, when you finish a meal, you can say gochisou sama deshita, which is a bit more complicated and a bit of a mouthful. ごちそうさまでした。ごちそうさまでした. It basically means thank you for this meal. Again, it's a very honorable and humble way to extend your appreciation for the meal that you've just finished. So itadakimasu is before, gochiso sama deshita is after you've finished the meal. Gochiso sama deshita, like I said, can be a bit of a mouthful. So if you're not comfortable with that and you don't feel confident enough, you can use oishikatta. Oishikatta. So oishi means delicious. Yet another very popular Japanese word that anyone with a basic understanding of Japanese will already know. Oishi. So oishi means delicious. Kata is a way of making it past tense. So you're saying it was delicious. Delicious. Oishikata. Oishikata. So I think this is a lot to comprehend for one video. I hope you've been taking notes. The reason I made this video is because there is a lot of tourism in Japan. Some of it's not so great. But if you have these basic foundations of Japanese, it shows that you have an interest in the culture, an interest in the people, and you're willing to be a part of that, even if it is the most fundamental of the Japanese language. A lot of the time when I bring a notebook out with me and I go to places and Japanese people see that I am studying and I'm trying my best, it opens a door and it allows you to have better experiences in Japan, and it gives you that cultural exchange. And a lot of time Japanese will be able to speak a little bit of English, and you being able to be brave enough to speak a little bit of Japanese gives them the courage to speak a little bit of English with you and help you out with your Japanese. But most importantly, speaking a little bit of Japanese like what I've given you here shows that you are making an effort. That's enough talking from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a little while to make it, but I want to make more videos like this. If you learned anything new, let me know what you found most interesting in the comments. If you already knew all this Japanese, again, omedetou, let me know if you agree or if you think there's any other words that you would include in a beginner's Japanese. As always, much love, and I'll see you next time.